currently standing in our brand new kitchen at our new place, and we are going to spend the next couple hours completely cleaning it, which should be a really fun journey, cleaning before move-in, if you've ever done it before. Sounds like a fun time, right? Looks pretty good. Just all the cabinets definitely need a wipe down on like the inside and outside for sure. Sink definitely needs deep clean with some vinegar and baking soda that we have. Gonna run a cycle on the dishwasher with dishwasher cleaning tablets. And then there's just stuff like on the door, like I just want to wipe that off, give it all a good scrub down. I think the kitchen is going to take a good chunk of time, so I want to get it out of the way first. All right, y'all, I had no idea what we were getting into today, but you'll see throughout this video that I did not get as much done as I had initially anticipated. I was naive and somehow thought a move-in cleaning would only take like 2 to 4 hours, and then we'd have the whole place cleaned and essentially ready for move-in. Oh boy, was I wrong. It's a lot more involved than you think, and especially because you think all of the furniture's out, there's nothing on these shelves, there's nothing to move around, and yes, that part does make it easier, but then you start to find things and you just need to dig a little further, do some further cleaning, and that's exactly what happened here. So in that quick clip that just passed, I wiped the very top of the cabinets here, and when I took my rag off, I saw that it was super dirty. So then I started standing on the counters, and that's when I discovered it was extremely dirty, and I had to spend a lot more time cleaning up this dirt that was caked on top of the cabinets. So I didn't really film this because there was some intense cleaning up there, but this is all of the dirt that was at the very top of the cabinets, which is just insane. I still have to do the inside and the outside of them, but I got all of this caked up dirt off. So I realized that this caked on dirt was around all of the cabinets. I think it's probably from cooking on the oven, just dirt that accumulated on top. It was like grimy, like I had to spray the Lysol spray and let it sit, and then I had to like really use my fingernails to really dig in on that grime there. So this took a lot longer than anticipated, but we got it done, thankfully. So I actually went over at least a second time on these cabinets. These cabinets are quite tall actually, and I'm 5'8", so I was having trouble even reaching the highest up shelf. So I definitely think I'm going to need to invest in a step ladder for the first time in my life. And we probably won't even put stuff on those highest cabinets because it's just going to be like impossible to reach on a daily basis. So likely not even going to take advantage of all of this cabinet space, which is a huge improvement from our current apartment. They were so tall I had to basically jump to reach the top. It was a very involved process. And honestly, at first glance, here's the thing with the move-in cleaning. At first glance, these look clean. They look perfectly fine, but upon further inspection, you can definitely see there's like a little bit of grime. There was sauce spilled in one of the cabinets, and I'm actually still trying to get it up. I couldn't lift it off this weekend. It was some intense process going on here. Again, like I said, it took a lot more time than I anticipated to do the work that I wanted to do on this day. And these cabinets are deep. Like I had to bend down and really go in on these cabinets. It's gonna fit a lot of stuff, which I'm excited about, but it's a lot of surface area to clean. So I did run over them a couple times, so I'm going in with my Method all-purpose spray here. After using the Lysol spray, I just wanted to make sure that they were extra clean, and this might sound insane, but I might go over them like a third or fourth time after this. Like right before I put all of our things away when we officially move in, I might go over them again. So it was difficult to show the process of getting the caked up grime off the top. I was just so frustrated and just wanted to get it done without having to move the camera around. So I'm sorry that I don't really have any footage of that, but it's pretty much the same thing, just me reaching up higher on these cabinets here.
Thomas A. Edison, the inventor of the phonograph, has never before...
This one by the stove is where I saw that spilled sauce that I could not get up, so I just sprayed it and let it sit. So this is where we're leaving it for the day. There are 2 dead mice behind the stove that we're gonna have to evict, unfortunately. But most of this day was focused on the kitchen cabinets, and honestly I'm not even done, and because I was standing on them, the countertops need to be cleaned again. More cleaning to come tomorrow. So we are back here for day 2 of cleaning this weekend, and the situation with the kitchen is now, because there were 2 dead mice behind the oven and likely droppings and things like that, we're going to let a exterminator or a professional deal with cleaning that area. So for today, we're gonna focus on cleaning more of the living spaces, so the bedrooms upstairs. So I'll take you along for that portion of our cleaning. This is what was behind the oven and stove, and don't really want to touch it / leave it to the professionals because there's poison back there and just food droppings and a lot of grime. So I'm here in one of the bedrooms, and this may eventually be an office, but I'm going to do a quick cleaning pass at it. Mainly I'm going to try to start from top to bottom with dusting and just wiping things down, and then I'll get to the baseboards and the floor. So let's dive right in. This part of the wall is having a fun little moment. It's literally bulging. That's great. So I have not had these types of blinds before. They're like the thick wooden blinds. Each one is like 1 inch to 1.5 inches width in thickness. So I didn't realize what a pain these are to clean. I'm so used to like the paper thin ones that you just take your little Swiffer duster and kind of quickly go over, or you could even take a vacuum cleaner. These ones were definitely more involved than I anticipated. So I went over them first with a quick spray of the Lysol all-purpose cleaner, and then I took a soft sponge that I've had for years and just literally never used and ran that through the blinds. So I went through each individual rack of the blinds, first facing the front, and then I did flip them over and did the other side of them. But oh my gosh, these were a pain, and I think they're in every room in this house, so I have a lot to get through. I only did them for this bedroom for today, but I definitely have some more to get through, which should be fun, I guess, when we get to it. I looked it up online afterwards to see how people clean these blinds, and I saw someone using a sock just to like kind of grab each blind individually, and you know what, honestly, not a bad idea, and I might have to try it the next time I clean these and as I continue to clean the house. So I wiped each one and then also wiped down the windowsills, and then moving to the bottom here, I sprayed the baseboards again with that Lysol all-purpose cleaner, multi-purpose surface spray, whatever you like to call it. And these, again, it's like you don't see how dirty they are until you're up close and personal with them. And there was definitely some grime or just like stuff that I couldn't get off. There was almost like food in one area, which was great. We love that. And so this was just like a lot more involved, and A lot more work than I anticipated, but I just want to make sure everything is nice and clean before moving, so we're doing our best here. The corners especially were pretty grimy, so I gave those an extra spray and let it sit for a little bit before going back in with my cloth. So then moving on to the doors, I went ahead and sprayed these closet doors here and wiped them down with a rag, making sure to reach the top of there and get that little ledge on top of the cabinets. And then I went through kind of the cracks and crevices that are part of the door structure here, just making sure it's been cleaned and wiped down, and especially those door handles, I want to make sure that I disinfect those as well. Doing the same thing here with the door that leads into this room, again spraying that and giving it a good wipe down. I'm wearing gloves for this process, even though it probably isn't necessary, but my hands get so beat up by cleaning products and just washing my hands constantly that wearing gloves here just made the process a little more pleasant, so I'm not like constantly washing my hands in the hot water and they're getting super dry like they do in the winter, but they're still dry even though it's becoming a lot hotter and much more summer weather here. So current update for this room is that I have a bucket full of mostly water, dish soap, and vinegar, and I'm going to put it on a rag and then Swiffer the walls. So should be a good time. So I've actually never been this involved with cleaning my walls before. I've dusted them in a past video of my Swiffer, but I've never actually washed them down. But I do think it should be a necessary process before moving in, and maybe like on a biannual, twice a year cleaning checklist, spring cleaning to do, because a lot of stuff does get on the wall. They get dusty. You never know what happened on the wall. So really simple cleaning solution here, just mostly water, a little bit of vinegar, and a couple drops of dish soap. Very simple, all natural, if you will, cleaning solution for these walls. And I kept getting little droplets of the cleaning solution in my eye, which is not very pleasant. But what are you gonna do? It's a rag. I can't really wring it out each time unless I wanted to be super involved. It would take a little bit more time. But I'm almost acting as if I'm painting the walls. That's like kind of how I felt. I felt like I was painting. Just getting the walls wet and trying to start from the top and then work my way down to the bottom. Of course, typical process. Can't really go wrong with that, and just trying to get into each crack and crevice here. So I did not end up filming this, but I also did the walls in the hallway. It would have been pretty repetitive. It looks the same as how it looks here, but I got more done than just this room today, even though it's going to seem like that's all I did in today's video. And my hands definitely got cramped from this. It's a lot of pressure on those wrists, so I had to take a couple breaks. Now we are moving on. We are wrapping up in this room, and we are giving it a good vacuum with my beloved Dyson V15. We love this thing. It's a beast. When it senses more dirt on the ground, it like picks up speed and it goes into like turbo mode. So that definitely happened a couple times in this room. Who knows the last time it was vacuumed, but we got up all of that dirt in every crevice that I could. Then to finish off the room, I am going in with a Swiffer wipe. This is like the Target brand ones, but I'm sure it's very similar to the ones that Swiffer makes and sells on the shelves. And this is just to wipe down the room, get up any dirt that the vacuum cannot. And I'll probably end up doing this again before move-in, because this cloth ended up pretty dirty. Or maybe I'll do it after move-in, like right after, to get up all that dirt after moving. So just ran through that in only this room for now. So that was great. Another fun day of cleaning. We've been here for a couple hours now, and it's almost 6 o'clock, so I think we're gonna head back to our apartment. But yeah, still more work to be done here for sure. I think I'll probably just split this up by weekend and the type of work that we get done, but I'm feeling okay about this room. The one thing I want to do is look into getting some type of steam cleaner or steam mop. I was looking last night on Amazon at the Bissell one, and that thing is like sold out of stock, like on back order on every website. So I'm wondering if it makes more sense to invest in like a bigger steam cleaner. And I'm not talking about like the fabric upholstery one. I'm talking about one that will just like steam and disinfect with hot water, not one that like pulls out the dirt. And I want that in particular because the baseboards here are just looking a little dirty, and it's like these spaces look hard to get into. And I could use like a toothbrush or something, but I feel like that's gonna take forever. And if I had a steam cleaner with some type of attachment that could like go on the walls and like maybe even those blinds, because those are a pain to clean, or maybe even the windows and like the that would, I think that would save a lot of time and just give me more peace of mind. So I'm gonna look into that. But for now, we are done for the weekend, and I'll chat with you next weekend. So that will wrap it up for this week's cleaning video. I hope this gave you some motivation and inspiration to get some cleaning done of your own. I have a lot more coming out probably in the next couple weeks about moving into this house. It's going to be a whole process, so if you want to be along for the ride, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I put out new videos on a weekly basis. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.